point, just not now because I can't afford a full bottle of anything I like to drink. So, instead, I've got me, because I had some whiskey left. I've got some whiskey, because I had whiskey left over. Not enough to do shots, but I've got a nice drink here. A nice concoction I've handmade that has whiskey. We do have full quali. So here we go. Q1. Got full qualifying because we have 19 current drivers. I think one driver's not going to be able to qualify. And there's the friend request. So we're going to add them in a second. And then we're going to invite them. We have to close out of the menu and then go back into the menu. There we go. So we have some drivers out on track. I'm going to start adding some things on here. Let's see what tires they're on. Let's turn on the track map and the lap data. Not that that matters. So on track we have both Hasses, both everythings. That's the wrong key. So the leader on track currently is this guy. English. So while he's going to be doing his flying lab, because I'm not going to be able to commentate, we have some traffic going on towards the middle of Sector 1. So, Hungary. 14 turns, 6 to the left, 8 to the right. 2 DRS zones. The first race held here was in 1986. The track is a good 2.7 miles, with the fastest lap being a 1:17.103 by Max Verstappen in 2019. We have Marcy on inters. Marcy likes going on inters. Overtaking zones, places you can expect to see the most overtakes are in turns 1, 2, and 12. And the estimated pit loss time is between 20 and 21 seconds, depending on who you ask. They have now invalidated, so we're going to move down the order to their teammate, who is the next in line on track. None of these guys have told me that they're running any special helmets. Obviously, if you tune into Tier 2, I'm running special helmets at every race that I am partaking. And you should never trust the Tier 2 commentator, because he can't remember things that I tell him moments before the commentary starts. So, here we go. The first lap on the board is going to be by a Haas. They've got their teammate ahead of them. And their teammate obviously invalidating. Round the long sweeping final corner. Cross the line. We go with a 1:18.0. Up next is going to be the McLaren, who does a 1:18.0 also, but it's a 0.32, so they just grab the lead. Liam into P3 with a 1:19.4. We have Night Furries, who is now disqualified from the session. We have Days going fastest, my Alpine counterpart, with a 1:16.7. Olev just missing short with a 1:16.775. Next person to set a time is not going to be them because they are invalidated. It's going to be Worm. Worm comes around the final corner. Worm is in a bit of traffic, it would seem. Worm comes across the line, goes P3 with a 1:16.0. Lucas Racing goes fastest with a 1:16.103 early on. I don't know what's a good time around here. Just like last week, I've done no laps around this circuit. If every helmet is special, are the helmets truly special? Marcy uses inters because then it gives them a spare set of tyres to use in the race. And in terms of my helmets, the reason I use a different helmet for every race is if I do end up winning, I like to remember it by the helmet. If I end up winning a race, it's what I do in career modes, it's what I'm doing, and that is a bit of traffic going on right there. So P1 to P10 so far, we've got 10 times on the board, the slowest being Ark with a Marcy with a 1:21.533. Something of mine has fallen on the floor, so I'm going to pick that up. So we've got 11 drivers who have set a time. We're going to go down the order, see if any of these guys are out on track. They're coming in. They're using the chrome liveried McLaren. They're coming around the final corner. This is Track Racer, who has a different Discord name to their actual name. So here we go. Across the line. They go fastest in the final sector, but only fast enough for P2. We've got Baxter coming up with the intermediates. It is not raining, so these guys are using the intermediates as a way to keep tires for the race. We have the Ferrari teammate of Naomi coming up to the line. Naomi is currently P3, which I did not know. Naomi is the Tier 2 reserve driver, now driving in the Tier 1 race tonight. Because they are a Tier 1 class driver, we've established this to the point their points in Tier 2 don't count. So if you finish behind them, dope. It doesn't matter where you finish. The race is between the other 19 drivers on track. We have some drivers on their outlap. We have Gaming Bulls, the moderator, in the Red Bull. On into sliding all over the place. I have a feeling a lot of these drivers don't have much practice around this circuit. I also don't have much practice around this circuit, so I cannot blame them. Another driver just set a time, but I didn't see who it was, so it clearly didn't matter enough. Devils Latifi in P6. Wingate in the other McLaren in P9. Got the two Hasses and then the two V-Cobs. Going 2x2. 1x1, 2x2, hurrah, hurrah. Here comes Gaming Bulls. Through this stupid the Salesforce section, obviously. I like to name my corners after them. That is a very Lenovo corner. Cross the line. He goes P15. Next is going to be someone on their racing debut for the Golden Racing League is Dummy. I'm just going to call them Dummy because that is easy. It doesn't matter where you finish as long as it's not inside. That, yeah. Well, that depends on who you ask. And what you're doing, of course. I apologize if I go quiet, that's what the music's for. I have a lot of people who message me. Why? Because I'm super duper popular. Ah. Dummy laugh, dummy. Oh, God, that tastes funky. P9. We have Rosie Wow, who's not even supposed to be driving today, but is because there wasn't enough drivers. And then the two drivers that we were missing decided they wanted to join as we were loading the session. So, Rosie Wow and the Aston Martin in the number 19 car coming around the final Salesforce section. And Rosie Wow goes P13. what we're going to do now is we're going to see how big the gap is. So, the current gap. So, from the leader. So, Lucas with a 116.103 still on pole. Trap Racer, 1/10 below. Lightcaster further 2/10 back in P3. Days another 2/10 back in P4. Is there a way I can make this easier? No, I can't see the gap. So you can see the whole field currently spread by 8.4 seconds. Which is quite a big gap. Then you've got to remember those ones at the bottom did their laps on intermediates. And we are still waiting on the Red Bull of Baxter to... I've taken 2 screenshots to cross the line. 50-50 wings works. Good for you, Lucas. Good for you. Try 0-0 wings. Baxter goes P15 with a 1:18.371. Still have not received word as to why Night Furries has disqualified themselves. But it is what it is. Maybe they're saving their engine, forgetting that this is multiplayer, and that doesn't matter. Rosie Wow has decided to retire in P15. Is that an ego retirement, a crash retirement, retirement via game crash, which happens all the time as well? Nobody knows. Why? I don't know. So, something I have ordered. I have some custard donuts, but that doesn't matter. I have ordered some more Rogue and some more W Energy supplements for myself because I'm amazing. The flavors, I can't remember which W flavor I got, but I got a Rogue flavor I've had before, which I highly recommend when I find the right label for it. Full Blast or something like that. It's a really nice flavor. Why are we now suddenly riding on board with them? I don't know. Windgate. So we've got both. Are both McLarens rocking the chrome McLaren? I don't know. Windgate is going to be doing another lap shortly here. English is going to be coming across the line for another lap time as well. No, they're not. They've decided to come into the pits. Wingate is ahead of everyone else on track. Peak, I'm dummy by the way. Just on my league's Twitch. Yeah, that is... Hello and welcome to the epic commentary of myself. Wingate, dunno. Doesn't look like they've improved. Might have improved their time, but not their position. We got a Red Bull crossing the line. Don't know who it is. There's too many drivers to watch. We have a V-Carb coming up to the line. Who is it? Never mind, they're coming into the pits. We have an Alpine of Days who has decided they don't know what track limits are. Marcy is on a fast lap, but they're going slow enough to where they've got a Williams on their tail. And they've come into the pits. The Williams has followed them into the pits. The V-Carb of Liam, another driver doing their debut for Golden Racing League today, has decided to also venture into the grass, as we saw that live. Dummy coming into the Salesforce corner on their out lap. Behind them is Windgate, who I believe will be coming into the pits, if not improving. I don't know. We'll have to find out. They are coming around very Lenovo corner. Here's how I'm going to name that for the rest of the day. They go P9, so they do improve. We have a Red Bull out on track of Gaming Bulls. Yeah. Gaming Bulls improves to P11, but something happened in the Discord that distracted me, let's just say. The dummy is currently ahead on track of everyone else. Time to take another drink. That does taste funny. Dummy goes purple in the middle sector. You can see the Alpine in the background. So, coming to the line, does Dommy improve their time and position? Marcy is retired from the session. Dommy up to P10. Barry's on his outlap, so he doesn't matter. We've got the McLaren of Windgate coming into the pits. We have the Red Bull of Gaming Bulls coming around Lenovo corner. Slowly. And they're just starting another lap. A back-to-back lap, it looks like. English is on his outlap. MC McGear has decided to invalidate their lap. We got Liam, who is on their outlap. We have Baxter, who's on his outlap. We have a lot of outlaps going on right now. Dommy's the only one, I think, that's on track that's not on an outlap. Other than Barry. And Barry's right behind them. Looks like they're warming up their tires to maybe go again. We have a whole bunch of people coming onto their flying laps now. Barry is on a flying lap. So we're going to watch him cross the line. Because why not? Meanwhile, I'm going to be drinking. Around the very Lenovo corner. Look how much Lenovo that is. Cross the line. They do not improve their time or position. Gaming Bulls is being a slow guy. Lucas racing on his outlap. English is the head of the drivers that aren't on an outlap, so we're going to ride with him for a second. Remember, we do have 2 other qualifying sessions to go, so tyres saving is important. It is the first time with me commentating we've had all 20 spots on the grid filled with a driver. It's the first time we've done full qualifying since Bahrain. English goes up to P9 with an improvement. MC McGear comes across the line in the Alpine for P9, beating the guy that just went P9 with an improvement. Baxter coming up to the line around very Lenovo corner. Coming up to the line, across the line, they go P16. Next across the line is the invalidated dummy. Behind him is Barry, who's going slowly into the pits. We have a Ferrari of Naomi, who's on their outlap. Currently up in P4. We have the V-Carb of Liam coming around the very Lenovo corner. They don't improve. Then we have Lucas Racing coming around the Salesforce corner down into the very, very Lenovo corner. Look at how much Lenovo that is. That's an insane amount of Lenovo. He does not improve. He actually goes slower by 8 tenths. We've got... oh, what a slide from Naomi as they just set a purple sector 1. That's not going to help them with their lap. Let's see. What else is going out on track? We've got Baxter, who is... I can't tell. Cross the line. It's not an improvement for them. It's an invalidation for Arc. So Arc's finishing position is going to be P18. Naomi crosses the line. Up into P1, even with a slide, doing a 1:15.9. P1 by 2 tenths. How she managed to do that whilst sliding on their lap. I have no idea. Good job, Naomi. Meanwhile, we're just waiting for Ark to decide to come into the pits. So, at the end of Q1, it's Naomi P1. But your drops are going to be Baxter, Rosie Wow, Ark, Liam, and Night Furies. Or as I call him, Night Furries. I've been pinged, so bleep. I'm not swearing because I'm not going to. So like I said, your drops from Q1 are Baxter, Rosie Wow, Ark, Liam, and Night Furies, who didn't set a time. Drivers, remember you have to wait a few minutes for the race for getting. I don't know what's going on. I'm going through many pings, many messages, because I am such a good commentator. Into Q2 then. Remember, only the top 10 go through this round of qualifying. It does look like both McLarens are chromed McLarens. So we have Barry, Worm, Wingate, Marcy, Daze, Mies Bassi, Trout Racer, Olev, Gaming Bulls, Naomi, MC McGear, Lucas, English, Devils Latifi, and Dommy coming into Q2. Let's see who's going to be the 5 to leave us today. Wingate is preparing to go on track, as so is the Ferrari of Marcy, the 2-time champion from the 2 other seasons of the league. Looks like Marcy is sporting a reddish, pinkish, silverish helmet. It's got us currently locked in T-cam mode, and I don't know why. There we go. So we're gonna just ride with the 2-time champion of Marcy, as they're gonna be the first one to set a time. Unless, of course, they invalidate slightly. There we go for the first few laps of Q2. This is a very Lenovo-themed straight. They need to reduce the amount of Lenovo sponsorships they have on that straight, because F1 is totally not about the money. You have to be rich to drive in F1. You have to be rich to survive in F1. That purple sector didn't last very long. I have a feeling the driver behind just went purple. Something we don't currently have is the lap data, so that disables itself. And they've just invalidated the 2-time champion of Marcy. Just invalidated. Wingate then is going to be the one we shift our focus to in the Chrome McLaren. The Chrome livery is obviously a special livery made by EA Codemasters, and the McLaren team combined their heads together to make this, and I do not like it. around the Lenovo corner onto the Lenovo straight. The first time for Q2 is a 1:18.4. Up next is a Ferrari, who's not going to be setting a time. We have an Alpine Days at 1:15.9 up into P1. Gaming Balls around the final Lenovo corner, across the Lenovo finish line into P3. We have a Kick Sauber coming up to the line of Olev, who goes fastest with the 1:15.775. We have the other Alpine of MC Magia, who goes P3. We have English, who goes P4. We have the Mercedes of Dummy coming around the Lenovo corner onto Lenovo straight. Cross the line, Dummy goes P4. A lot of traded places for P4. Lucas Racing has invalidated. Barry has invalidated. Windgate is not on a push lap. Naomi is on a push lap. Going around Salesforce corner. Into the Lenovo corner onto Lenovo straight. Crossing the line goes P3 with a 1:16.220. Devils Latifi has invalidated. Their teammate Worm is on an outlap and going very slowly. We have a Kick Sauber that's... I don't know if they're going fast or not. They're in the pits. We've got MC McGee coming into the pits. We've got English coming into the pits. We've got an Aston Martin of Mies Bassi on an outlap. We've got a Red Bull behind them coming into the pits. We have Marcy on an outlap. We have a Mercedes into the pits. We have Barry invalidating. We have Naomi, who's on a cooldown. We have Devils Latifi, who I think is on a push lap, but they're not driving like they are. Their teammate is right behind them. But yellow flags into the entrance of Sector 2. Devils Latifi went purple in the middle sector. Although briefly lived, because I think their teammate might be going faster than them. Remember, you feel the full effect of dirty air when within half a second of the car ahead of you. Across the line comes Devils Latifi for P4, their teammate into P5. Even though they got slipstream, they didn't do much better. Mies Bassi going slowly, letting the Mercedes of Lucas Racing pass, who's on an outlap. We have the Ferrari of Marcy going fastest in the middle sector. Going around the Salesforce corner, into the Lenovo corner, and onto Lenovo straight to cross the Lenovo line. Yes, very Lenovo. Crosses the line, goes P1. Scrap Racer is on an outlap. The Williams drivers are racing. We have Lucas Racing, who's on his fast lap. Coming into Sector 2, goes purple in the first sector. Bit of curb going into that corner there. Almost went for a slide. Lucas, I believe, is wanting to get a championship win this season. If I go to the Tier 1 standings, Marcy is in the lead from Monkey and Blue Hat, Days, Lucas, Gaming Balls, are the top 5 in the championship. Lucas Racing goes P4. His teammate starts a lap. Some people are doing laps, but I don't know who they are or where they are. Worm is on a lap. Something I'm going to point out, I got my first penalty points for the season. Olev's going to go take a dump. Worm just crashed into a wall. Hey, Worm, mate, there's a wall there. Can't qualify if you put your car in the wall. I got my first penalty points deduction last week for impeding. Even though I admitted fault in a very creative way of pointing out that, from my perspective, I didn't know what was going on. Dommy goes fastest in the middle sector, but you can go fastest in the middle sector and not go fastest overall. They've got a purple and black themed helmet, it looks like. Up to the Lenovo corner, which is gonna give us all an aneurysm and make us want to buy Lenovo laptops. Cross the line. Does not improve. Barry comes across the line. Got a Mercedes coming into the pits. We've got an Aston Martin of Mies Bassi coming into the pits. We've got a Red Bull of Gaming Bulls getting a bit slidey. Coming around Salesforce corner. Speaking of race results, where do I position? We'll talk about this now. So in season 2, I finished P5 in the race, which is my highest finished in position so far. In terms of my standings, I am currently, oh dear, where am I? P10 with a 2 points penalty reduction. That is okay. My teammate is in P7, just ahead, but I've done one less race than he has. As a team, we are P5 in the joint championship, which is here somewhere. Joint constructors hasn't been updated yet, but Alpine are P3. So let's go Alpine. As we're watching Gaming Bulls be slow. We have the McLaren of Windgate out on track as well. Did you know? Oh, Windgate went purple in the middle sector, but alcohols like whiskey, rum, vodka don't go off. They just lose quality over time. Fun fact, that. Windgate comes across the line. Do they improve? They do by 1 whole second, only putting them P11. So they are still in danger of getting knocked out. We got an Alpine out on track. The Alpine does actually look good this year. I will say that. And I will say that again. The Alpine, in my opinion, is one of the better cars. Better looking cars on track. I wouldn't quite put it an S-rank tier. I'd put it around an A or B. The S-rank cars are that of the Aston Martin. Because I love the way the Aston Martin green looks. Always have, always will. Which is why, when you go to my EA profile, the Diamond Bullet, on the game, you'll see that the team is on there. And the team I'm supporting for that fan zone thing is Aston Martin. My driver being Lando Norris, because Lando and I are actually the same age. That's the British bias? Yes. Yes, it is. And I don't care because the cars look good. Meanwhile, MC McGear, the only one currently on a fast lap, coming up to some traffic. Hopefully they get out of the way. It's a Williams. They do. We do have 2 retirements. Worm and Mies Bassi have retired. Actually, we got 3. We have Marcy, who's also retired. But I think the Aston Martins look amazing. And I will always say that. MC McGee goes purple in the middle sector, coming up to the Salesforce corner around Aramco corner. Salesforce corner, here we go. Up to Lenovo corner. Track Racer and Naomi have decided to also retire. Across the line goes MC McGee for P8. Barry is on a fast lap. They're the furthest ahead on a fast lap currently. My shoulders are still stiff from a couple of weeks ago because I had that incident. The injury that was made worse in Imola. But I still drive through the pain through the fact that I can't feel my arms, because feeling your arms is overrated. And I'd much rather drive a race and finish getting some good points for the team than to sit out because of an injury. Because I'm no pussy. Coming up to round Lenovo corner then comes Barry. Barry comes across the line. It's not an improvement. Their teammate is up next. Well, actually, Dommy's up next. They also don't improve. Their teammate is not currently improving either. Across the line without an improvement. Up next, MC McGee, but he's coming into the pit, so it doesn't matter. Devils Latifi coming around Lenovo corner. Can they improve on their time? Currently sat in P7. I'd say they're safe. They do not. We got the Mercedes of Lucas Racing, who improves up to P2, but not that that matters. We have the Alpine of Days as the furthest ahead on track currently. On the intermediates. He's got a red, black, yellow, and white themed helmet, it seems. No one knows why, because they don't tell me anything, even as much as I tell them to. Arms, what are those? I raised my feet. The wheel user's version of a numb thumb. Yeah, I've buggered up both of my shoulders. And I make them worse by driving. But I'd rather drive and get points for the team. Sliding. Whoa! Massive slide! Not that it matters. Tommy comes across the line. P11. They do not make the cut. They are getting relegated. Currently, Devils is done. And the Mercedes of Lucas is also done. So everyone is done. So we are losing Tommy, Wingate, Gaming Balls, English, and Barry. Bats back as we go into Q3. Ow! Just punched my microphone. Well, we're going into Q3. I'm gonna go put my donuts in the fridge. And I'm gonna get some non-donuts. What's that treat? Who are we waiting on? There we go. Okay, so like I said, we're going into Q3. We are losing Dummy, Wingate, Gaming Balls, English, and Barry Bats back. So both Haas's, Red Bull, and McLaren, and the Mercedes. Both Alpines make it into Q3 though. Go Alpine. Looks like track racer's already getting ready to go out on track. Here they go. We got an Aston Martin on track as well. We haven't seen an Aston Martin for a while. There we go. On the wet tires. Why? Oh. Night furries got, beached. They've let some drivers pass, so who's actually ahead on track now? Well? Yeah. The Williams of Worm. With an all-black helmet design. Yeah. So the cars can get beached in this game. Always keep those wheels turning, love. Alpine. Anyway. Now there's not much to commentate on. I will always eat. The Williams don't look too bad, I just don't like it. The strange mixture of blues, the stupid Duracell. No, not to spin out. Yeah, so you can get beached on grass, you can get beached on gravel, you can even get beached on curbs. Drive Racer goes P1! Mies Bassi goes P3. First one goes Lucas Racing for P2. Across the line goes the Alpine of MC McGear for P4. More alcohol for me. I mean... Yeah. Aston Martin following the Ferrari strat. Must be the wet tyres. Yeah, it must be. Olev a 115.5. Speaking of Ferraris, Naomi is going to be the first Ferrari. I was going to say the first Naomi, but they're the only Naomi out on track, so they're going to be the first Ferrari to set a time. Coming up to the line. Goes fastest. Would not expect anything less. Devils Latifi coming to the line. Eventually. There we go. P7. Marcy's the only one out on track that's yet to do a time. He's driving! There, commentated. My first Naomi on track. No, we know Naomi's supposed to be in tier 1, but Naomi can't drive all the time for tier 1. Due to other commitments. Naomi's decided to go on holiday off the track to let their teammate pass, who's coming around Lenovo corner now. Across the line goes a 2-time champion for P5? Lame? Go faster, bro. You're a 2-time champion and you're only doing P5. Anyway, Alpine. The Alpine does look amazing. You can't deny the Alpine does look really good in the game. Real life is a different story, but in game it looks absolutely beautiful. The blue, the pink, the blue. You know? Pink. And it seems Days has a German-themed helmet. The black, the yellow, the white. Marcy's following team orders. Hey, you're just like Hamilton. Bro, you're 7-time. You get out. Q1. Yeah. I say that every time I'm watching the qualified. I'm like, bro, just get out of Q1. It's not hard. Go Alpine! I can't really say much else. They're not going purple. Forgot about that. The grid is split by 11 seconds. Because the Aston Martin obviously did the wet tire run for no reason at all. As we close down onto 4 minutes left of Q3. He goes purple! Days does something! 2-time race winner this season. The only 2-time feature race winner this season. Winning in both Japan and Bahrain. Bahrain being my commentary debut. So here we go. Round the Lenovo corner. Can he win? I mean, place it on pole. Nope, he goes P3. Boring. But there's nothing else we can do now until we wait till more drivers come out on track. And then it's all going to be chaos because everyone's going to be on track at the same time. Unless they all decide to just retire now and they be like, yeah, that's fine. You should check me out on YouTube, The Diamond Bullet. Or youtube.com/The Diamond Bullet. On there you'll see some songs I've released. As well as youtube.com/Vortex Studios Official. Which also, well, it's at Vortex Studios Official for that one. It's got the at in the link for some reason. That one has some other releases of me and my team. The ones on my YouTube channel, The Diamond Bullet, are the ones that I did on my own. Or someone else decided to mix. Not really remix, because they didn't really change much. Naomi said in the tier 1 driver chat, this is some Ferrari cookage. P1, P6 for the Ferrari duo. Devil's TV saying Marcy impeded. If someone's impeding, don't forget, clip it and report it to the FIA. Ow. Some biscuits stabbing me in the heart. And Days just realized why they shouldn't set their first lap so late. Days does not have the time to go again. We have yellow flags. We have me choking. We have a Williams Doing Williams saying, I have a watery eye now because of my choking. You know, normal stuff here in the commentary living room. Here we go then, the final laps for Q3 before we can then go into the race. But remember, the drivers have to wait 2 minutes before they ready up so drivers can check their strategies and mess with their tyre pressures, which I don't do, personally. I don't play with my tyre pressures, I keep them the same. Probably why my tyres don't tend to last very long. "40 seconds left, so this is going to be pretty much every driver's final lap if they want to still have battery at the end. So, first to set their final lap time will be Worm. They are currently 3/10 down. Something the Tier 2 commentator seems to forget is that's on their time, not on the leader's time. Coming up to the line, Worm improves by 4/10. Dope. The Alpine of Days, who is going again. Days made it for another lap. Dope. Okay, we've got the Aston Martin. Rat Race is retired. The Aston Martin of Mies Bassi. Coming through Salesforce corner. In the beautiful looking Aston Martin. Around the Lenovo corner. Do they improve? I mean, yeah. Up to P8 it is for the Aston Martin driver. Devils Latifi up to P8. The Mercedes did improve on their time, but not their position. Marcy, the Ferrari, goes P3. Their teammate is doing another lap for no reason at all. She really does not need to. I'm pretty sure she is safe. But here we go. Across the line, she improves by 3/10. Up next, Olev improves up to P3. Here comes Days around Lenovo corner. Concerned he wasn't going to be able to do another lap. Across the line, he goes P2. Putting Marcy back down to P5. So, very close quali then. Here's your top 10. It's Naomi from Days, to Lucas, to Olev, Marcy, Track Racer, Worm, Devils, Latifi, Mies Bassi, and MC McGear. With Alpine having the biggest gap between teammates, other than those that are Mercedes, of course. Tier 1 drivers are now not happy that the Tier 2 reserve driver So we've got the Tier 2 reserve driver on pole. If this does not prove that she does not belong in Tier 2, I do not know what does. We're having fun in the chats. Here we go then. Ready for the formation lap. We've got the grid read. Lightcast leads from Days. Lucas Racing and Olev line up behind them with Marcy and Trad Racer following not far behind. Worm and Devil's Latifi making a Williams lineup. Mies Bassi and MC McGee rounding out your top 10. Dommy and Wingate starting side by side. Both are debut drivers today. Gaming Bulls and English with Barry and Baxter just behind. We've got the Haas starting behind an Red Bull and a Red Bull starting behind a Haas. We've got the Aston Martin of Rosie Wow starting alongside Ark in the V-Carb. And then we've got Liam and Night Furies, the only one to not at a time. All of them, apparently. So that's your starting grid. But you gotta remember, it's not all about assists that gain you lap time. It's about setups, your smoothness, your inputs, your outputs. Okay, we've got the starting light sequence. I'm not going to count them, but we've got 5 red lights. We've got a medium length hold. They're out. Everyone is moving. No one is stopped. Apart from Night Furies who didn't move. We've got people jostling for position. Days is already up into P2. We've got positions changing down into the midfield. We've got cars going 2, 3 wide. We have a 3 wide moment there. Some contact it looks like. And all the way back, Night Furies is... Wow. They started in P2? Well, they lost it and regained it. It doesn't matter. We have an Aston Martin putting some wheels on the gravel as MC McGee moves up a position into P8. Everyone is just driving. And Night Furies is... Nobody knows. Back up to the action. Nothing is happening. Nothing is happening. Oh, something is happening! Mies Bassi almost rear-ending Worm. Nothing is happening, nothing is happening, nothing is happening. And for some reason, Rosie Wow is ghosted. That's interesting. They are. Oh, they're in broadcast mode. That's funny. Everyone staying in their line. And Night Furies is in broadcast mode. Lightcast, obviously, Naomi set in the fastest lap. We got a lot of medium tires. Mediums, 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 mediums. Hards. Mediums. Hards, mediums, hards. Ghosted. They have been overlapped now. They are now crashed out. Got yellow flag. Liam got a 3-second time penalty for corner cutting. Tut tut tut. Nothing is going on already. Someone do something! Oh, we got side-by-side action. Trap Racer and Lucas racing side-by-side through turn 1. Trap Racer up into P3. What's this now? The V-Carbs have switched position. Can't really commentate on these early stages of the race because everyone is scared. No one's brave enough to go for a move. Got DRS. We got a nice long DRS for train forming from P1 to P6. Then got P7, P8, and P9 in their own little world. MC McGear's about to lose a position to Devil's Day. Go Alpine, go! You can go drive faster. Come on, MC McGear, down the inside, but still wheel to wheel. Yellow flags further back as the other Williams is out. Not of the session, just of this contention. A little bit of wheel banging, pushing MC McGear off the track there. And MC McGear manages to hold it, but goes for a switchback against Devil's Latifi, but MC McGear still has the inside line going through whatever corner we're at. And Devil's Latifi has officially overtaken MC McGear. Yeah, drive like tier 2. Drive like you're trying to win. And again, nothing else is happening. Rosie Wow is now up 2 positions. But they are still ghosted. Mark is in last place. Anyway, back to the front. We have a DRS train of the first top 3. Naomi, Days, Trap Racer. We have Lucas, Marcy, Olev all in the same train as well. Oh, here comes MC McGear on a move down into turn 1. This battling helps the leaders and helps those behind them catch up. MC McGear does not make the move stick into turn 1, sorry. and does not go for a dive down the inside of this corner. Devils Latifi still ahead. That's a shame. Those two are fighting. Oh, we got wheel-to-wheel action here with English and Gaming Balls. Gaming Balls making the exact same move as Devils Latifi did a few moments ago, a few laps ago. Wheel banging, pushing through. Shoulders, who needs them? I mean elbows. What an attempt at a dive bomb from the new guy of Baxter. Does not make it stick. Only just gets the car stopped. We have a Mercedes up ahead that is stopped on the track. Chaos is already breaking out and no one knows why. Over the front though. It is still the same lead three. They have created a gap back to Marcy now. Marcy is officially out of DRS zone, which makes them vulnerable to the attacks of Olev in the kick-out. But Ark has a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings for track limits, I'm assuming. Here we go, side by side again. MC McGear around the outside of Devils Latifi this time. And MC McGear decides the track is not wide enough. Aston Martin and the Mercedes have... we've got side-by-side action again. Gaming Balls and English battling wheel to wheel. Gaming Balls getting a slide, almost colliding with that of English. Another debut driver. Another rookie driver this season. We've got a few rookie drivers on track today. Oh. Nearly a rear-ending collision there, but nothing else can happen for the rest of the lap. Liam got another got his 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. Now we're going to go back down to the front, where Naomi has managed to get days out of her DRS. MC McGear has a track limits penalty. MC McGear is now going to be vulnerable to Trap Racer. If Trap Racer decides, you know what, this guy's too slow in the beautiful, beautiful Alpine. Here comes the ugly McLaren down the inside, locking up his front left. MC McGear goes for a switchback. Cannot make it stick because the cars are on equal performance, of course. Down the inside goes the McLaren, locking up again. That's not good for their tyres. But Days has officially lost P2. Further back, nothing is happening. What about the battle between these two? Nothing is happening. These two, nothing is happening. These two, oh! We have the other McLaren trying to move on English, not making it stick as Wingate. They almost got overtaken by Barry because they nearly messed up the move. But Barry and Baxter. We've got a line of 4 rookies. Well, English I don't think is a rookie. I've just not really commentated on them driving. And Wingate, the rookie in the McLaren, has got a 3-second time penalty for track limits. Lucas Racing is all the way down in P17. Towards the front, Naomi is now nearly 2 seconds ahead of Trap Racer. Trap Racer is ahead of Days. We got Marcy doing nothing. We got Olev doing nothing. Devils and Latifi. MC McGear down the outside with DRS. Can he make the move stick this time? He cannot. He goes around the outside of turn 1 but cannot get ahead. Now they're just going to be nose to tail for the whole lap because there's nowhere that they can make a move now. Looking down the track, we have some trains forming. Quite a few trains forming. Got a very spread out field now. Come on, battle more! Oh, speaking of battling, that's front wing damage for the Haas. The Haas has now got front wing damage. I saw the front wing coming off the front of the Haas. Further back we got wind. Oh, more looks like damage to the other Haas. Or maybe that was on the Red Bull. Can't visually see the front wing damage though, so I have no idea what's going on there. I have no idea what's going on with these collisions. But they're in a cute little DRS train. Will anything happen? English going for a move down the outside, bringing Windgate with them as Gaming Bulls loses 3 positions nearly. 2 positions in one corner. Gaming Bulls is trying to fight back against the McLaren driver, going fully off circuit for absolutely no reason, and gets nowhere. Almost losing out to the other Haas of Barry in just a matter of moments. Gaming Bulls does lose out to Barry. Gaming Bulls is going backwards. His tyres must be screaming out in pain, as he's just lost 3 positions on the same lap. But he's with his teammate. So ain't that cute. We've got Lucas probably wanting to win the race, trying to look for a move on the slower cars, but nothing can happen because they're all in a line. We have Olev in the pits. We have Mispassi in the pits. We have MC McGee going down the inside. Collision! Contact between the Alpine and Devils Latifi. He lets the Williams driver go. You never want to overtake if the overtake includes contact. Not that that matters when it comes to the penalties at the end of the race. Lucas Racing is up into P12. And Gaming Bulls is down into P18 because he's just pitted onto the hards. And we've just moved back far enough to see Gaming Bulls lose a position to R. Gaming Bulls is now in last place. Liam has a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. Towards the front, Naomi is sleeping. Trout Racer, Days, all sleeping. We have the Williams of Devils Latifi. We have the sliding MC McGee, who's probably going to be pitting right now, I would assume. Or not. But they are over a second, so they don't have DRS this run. Marcy sets the fastest lap time with a 1:19.0 down in P6. We've got the Mercedes of Dummy in the pits. People are going to start gaining positions because of it, but no one's going to gain an actual overtake on track because everyone is in a DRS train. And Rosie Wow, for some reason, is still ghosted. So that's interesting. Gaming Bulls has DRS. Are they going to make a move? No. Why? Because they're too slow. Back here, we've got Marcy now caught up to the back of MC McGee. MC McGee is still yet to pit. Unsure about Marcy. MC McGee goes slightly off circuit, feeling the pressure of his tyres and the faster Ferrari behind the 2-time champion of Marcy. In the 13 car. I am the Tier 2 13 car. He is the Tier 1 13 car. 13 cars all the way round. Does that mean I'll become a 2-time champion? Probably not. Why? Because I absolutely suck. And MC McGee comes into the pits. We have a whole bunch of trains going on. Not many overtakes. Come on, people. Overtake someone. Crash. Have a fireball. Slide into the wall. Create a safety car. Red flag. Do something fun. Here we go. Olev. Olev now. Oh, almost in the back of the really slow Williams. I say really slow. They're probably going faster than I will be. but Olev almost goes into the back of the much slower Williams. It looks like Olev has some significant increased straight line speed as he makes an easy move on the Williams in an unorthodox overtaking spot as Barry gets a 3-second time penalty for track limits. Train. Alpine! We got the V-Carbs having fun. We got Gaming Bulls still down there. We've got Baxter who's inside the ghosted Rosie Wow. Baxter makes an overtake through Rosie Wow. Rosie Wow. Is Rosie Wow an AI? Like Kaz or Naomi still in the lead. Days just pitted. What's going on down here? That Racer with a time penalty. Oh. Gaming Balls down the inside of the V-Carb, almost in the wall, as he makes two moves in... Oh! Collision between the V-Carb and Gaming Balls in the Red Bull. That gives Gaming Balls a time penalty because of the contact. Poor Gaming Balls. Gaming Bulls is a Tier 2 commentator. If you want to listen to the Tier 2 commentary that isn't me and it's Gaming Bulls, head over to the same channel we're on now, but on Thursdays. That was... I don't know. It was a collision, that's for sure. It was something fun, I guess. Currently, a Ferrari 1-2. With Olev in P3 in the kick Sauber. Racer and Days P45. Lucas, Mies, 6 and 7. The other Alpine, MC McGear, goes down the inside. MC McGear gets an overtake on Windgate in the McLaren. Woohoo! We saw something. Sorry, I saw something and I had to double check to make sure. Well, that's a safety car. So that's fun. Baxter decided to bin it into the wall. And that's actually perfect for Naomi, who hasn't pitted yet. Coming into the pits. Changing her tires. Coming out. Does she stay P1? In the number 43 car? Or does her teammate in the number 13? Her teammate's gone for the overtake. Naomi, for the first time this race, has lost the lead. Interesting. Hayes is in the pits. No one can overtake, so this doesn't matter. Why is that Williams going so slow? Both Hasses coming into the pits. We're going to see this from the perspective of the one at the rear. That is not a two-stop you want to see. Barry is going to get held up significantly because of it. So much so they didn't even put tires on. Huh? What? Gaming Bulls in last place. So, we've got a safety car. This gives me time to go through, check messages. See what's going on around the world. Ark got a time penalty. I'm going to read some of my custom streams. There we go. Gonna turn on my fan because it's starting to get a little bit warm because that's what the game does. Almost everyone is caught up to the safety car. Okay, now everyone's caught up. Safety car comes in. As it stands, we have a Ferrari 1-2. And here we go, back to racing speed. Marcy manages to gap his teammate by 4/10. Anyone preparing an overtake? Nope, 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 nope. Days has overtaken! Days has overtaken Lucas Racing. Olev past Trap Racer, who looks like they've gone off track a little bit. Inviting the wheel spinning Days into whatever battle they're having. Further back, we have nothing going on. Everyone's driving in a straight line. Lucas Racing with a 3-second time penalty for track limits. Mies Bassi with a time penalty. Caution. We have a yellow flag somewhere. Or not. My yellow flag is glitched. It says there's a yellow flag in Sector 1 when there clearly isn't. Naomi now 1/10 behind, well, 1.9. Does not go for a move. A lockup from Trap Racer. Wait, Naomi did go for a move. Naomi back up to P1 past her teammate. Trap Racer up into P3 past Olev. Then everything else is the same. Time for Naomi to just drive away. That's what she does best. Naomi seems to be sporting a green, yellow... it's the Roscoe helmet. Dummy has a 3-second time penalty, as Naomi already has a 1.5 second gap to their teammate. In equal machinery. The Tier 2 driver, or well, not even driver, the Tier 2 reserve driver is winning the Tier 1 race. We have yellow flags. It's Gaming Bulls. As Naomi now sets the fastest lap of the race with the 1:18.0. Further back, we've got Trap Racer going down the inside of Marcy. Full double lockup at the front for Trap Racer. Olev tried capitalizing, almost causes a collision with Daze, who takes avoiding action. Daze down the inside of Olev is now on the tail end of Marcy, going for a move on Marcy, making it stick. Go Daze in the Alpine. And Lightcast, or Naomi, is now almost 4 seconds ahead, as Trap Racer just bins it into the wall. And that is another safety car. That's an interesting place to decide you want to visit the wall. Lucas Racing got speeding in the pit lane. A lot of drivers into the pits, but not Naomi, who pit under the previous safety car. Trap Racer said, "What the hell?" I said, "There's a wall there." He said, "True." I would go look at what's going on further back, but there's no need because there's no overtaken. His controller stayed right for whatever reason. So it's that sticky stick. Olev is up into P2. MC McGear P3. Now we have another safety car. Some people in the pits, Lucas in the pits. That's going to put Lucas in last place. Now, obviously, you don't lose as much time hitting under a safety car as you do normally. But you still lose a significant chunk of time if you're serving a penalty. Someone got a... Oh, it's safety car in this lap. 12 laps to go. Here we go, the restart. Naomi does not catch Olev sleeping. But further back, we've got side-by-side action as Ark makes a move down the outside of Daze, who fights back down the inside of turn 1. Ark then nearly loses a position to the two-time champion of Marcy, who needs to learn to drive faster. Further back, we've got Liam and Devils Latifi having a little wheel-to-wheel action. And that is it for the action after the safety car. Lucas P70. Lucas just pit. But the biggest note, the tier 2 reserve driver being in P1. And has been in P1 pretty much the whole race. The only time she wasn't in P1 is when she pitted. And got overtaken by Marcy, the slow two-time champion. Ooh. A little battle going on between Domi and Marcy. The two-time champion getting the better of the Mercedes driver. We have DRS. We have P3, P4 for the Alpine drivers. But not sure how long that's going to last. We've got a nice little 3-driver DRS train. We've got another one. We've got some drivers. And back to the start. Pitted when he was P7 or something. Then pitted like a lap before safety car came in. Yep. And he served a penalty under his pit as well. But he is now up into P15 though. Look at the beautiful, beautiful Alpine. Beautiful car. MC McGear in the Alpine with a 3-second time penalty. He is the lead Alpine on track though. Here we go, some side-by-side between Gaming Bulls and Mies Bassi. Mies Bassi on the inside manages to... I don't know what's going on. Devils Latifi with a dive out of nowhere, making contact with Gaming Bulls and allows Windgate to also get through. Gaming Bulls is having quite a shit day, if I do say so. Worm going for a move down the inside of English into turn 1 with the DRS. Makes the move easy. We have yellow flags up ahead as Naomi's going slowly. Naomi is losing positions. What happened to Naomi? Lost positions to Olev, now to Days. Poor Naomi. Had such a good race until now. MC McGinn needs to start being careful. That is a bit of an exploration, wasn't it, dummy? Anyway, English with a 3-second time penalty. We got tail to nose action all the way down here. As Mies Bassi looking for a move on Ark, making it stick. Ark not fighting back. And Olev is now able to just sleep. The 43 and the 13 cars of the Ferrari drivers are sandwiched between the Alpine drivers. Mies Bassi going around the outside of Devil's Latifi now. Worm and Gaming Bulls doing nothing of interest. Naomi gets her first time penalty in the last few races. She must be feeling stress or something. Maybe she got bored of being in the lead. And decided not to be in the lead anymore. Liam got a 3-second time penalty. We're gonna have one heck of an ERS train this straight. Look at all these cars all in a line. I mean, obviously not Rosie. But P15 all the way up to P9 are effectively one big DRS train. Lucas Racing has decided he doesn't want to race anymore. As we watch Ark make a move on Windgate, or Windgate make a move on Ark. Someone make a move on someone. That's what we just saw. Naomi with a second time penalty. The stress is really getting to them, but as it stands, Days will be the race winner. With Olev having a time penalty and everyone else effectively having a time penalty, Days will be the race winner as it stands. Oh dear, Naomi is... I have no idea. Struggling. Is definitely one word you could use for that. You know what? I'm gonna drink this alcoholic beverage. In the memory of Naomi being fast. I believe yes. We'll find out now. Yes. There's the penalties. We'll keep them on. So the highest penalty right now is Marcy with 10 seconds. Nothing really going on. We have 4 retirements. 2 of them were crashes. 3 of them were crashes? I forgot what happened to Night Furies. Oh yeah, they were locked in the yeah. Lucas Racing decided he didn't want to drive anymore. That's a nice Williams helmet that Devil's Latifi is rocking. It's blue and white. Devils Latifi started rocking that helmet last week. Days almost has a second gap back to the Ferrari of Naomi. Naomi has got to be struggling and no one knows why. There's no reason why Naomi should be struggling right now, but they seem to be. Struggling to keep it on track, struggling to keep up, struggling to drive. I would say something really sexist right now, but obviously I'm not allowed. Further down the order then. There he is. I was looking for him. The other Alpine. With this many drivers, you'd think there'd be something to see. There's something to see! Worm! With an overtake. With DRS. His teammate going for a move down the inside of turn 1. Can he make it stick? Devils Latifi on Mies Bassi. Devils Latifi does make it stick. Mies Bassi down 2 places in 1 straight. We are coming close to the end of the race. And still as it stands, Days wins. But Naomi seems to be getting back their mojo. Seems to be speeding up just ever so slightly. But is it enough? And does Days have enough in the tank to actually win? I really want one of them to run out of fuel. That'll be an entertaining end to this race. I've accidentally turned off my light on my keyboard. Okay. We've got Mies Bassi in the pits. And nothing else of note. So, I'm going to check some messages I've got. Days does seem to lose some time to Olaf, but not enough. Naomi was almost out of DRS range. Nothing really going on. Oh! A drift from Olaf signaling his tires might be in danger. Wind gate with a 3-second time penalty. Final few laps. And Days is catching. Now's the time we start seeing drivers get desperate with moves. Because they want to gain as much as they possibly can. Hayes just needs to keep it on the track, keep it penaltyless, and Days wins. Even if Naomi goes for the overtake right now, Days will still win. This has been quite eventful. I mean, I am quite bored still, and I have been drinking, but, I hope on Thursday the Tier 2 race is just as fun. And I hope I have pace this week. I had pace last week, getting my highest finishing position, but I hope I have pace this week. Meanwhile, there's not much going on track. Oh. Worm on MC McGear down the outside of turn 1. Can he make it stick? Locks up his fronts. But that's a no. Tries to go again. Oh, contact. Their tires decide they want to be together. Long lost lovers or something. Romeo and Juliet of the tire world. And MC McGear just manages to hold on. What about this little battle going on here? Dami doesn't need to fight this. As it stands, Dami finishes P8. So what's the point in fighting, bruh? In terms of the rest of these, it's pretty boring. Back to the front! As we come across the line. Olev finishes P1. Days gets the win. Naomi P3. Marcy P4. MC McGear is going to drop some positions because of penalties. Mies Bassi gets another penalty. MC McGear across the line. He loses the position to both the Williams drivers. Next to cross the line, the rookie driver of Windgate. On track P8, but they cross the line. Penalties start kicking in. They lose to the Mercedes and Haas that were behind them. Up next, we got the V-Carb of ARC. We got Gaming Balls, we got English, and Mies Bassi all in the same little group. Coming around the final corner now, we have the final rookie of Liam, and the ghosted Mies Bassi. We see Liam decides they like the way the Lenovo walls look. Deciding to go give it a nice little handshake as he crossed the line. So that's the race. We're going to skip that. Race winner Days. Fastest lap is Naomi. Then we've got Worm as driver of the day and Arc with most overtakes. So the finishing order finalized. Days from Olev, Naomi, Marcy. Then we got Worm, and Devils Latifi. Got Alpine, Dummy, Barry, Wingate, Arc, Gaming Balls, English, Mies Bassi, Liam, Rosie Wow, Lucas Racing, Trap Racer, Baxter, and Night Furries as the overall finishers. So we've got some arguments going on, but I'm not involved, so yep.